Okay, let's go live again. This is James Maduke speaking. First of all, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how you can create an online course syllabus and the first lesson in about 15 or 20 minutes from any course on any topic that you want to do. And I'm actually going to show it to you live. I just did this with a client who's given me permission to go over the syllabus we created and the first lesson, the video script for the first lesson. And we did that all using a couple of AI tools that I've talked to you about. And I'll tell you the tools that we were using and not using. And more importantly, I'll give you access to the prompts that we use to do this. Now, the whole purpose of this, of course, is the client wanted to make sure that they had a mini course that was 7 to 10 lessons, and they knew who it was for, and they had some idea of a title, but they didn't have the syllabus and they didn't have the video lessons or the video script that they could follow when they're actually creating the content. So here's exactly what we did, and I'll go through this as best I can, and I'll show you, first of all, with my fancy video pencil, kind of the process. Then I'll actually show you the screen. So at the end of this, you'll be able to know what the steps are and be able to apply it to your own situation with the prompts that we have available. So let me just open this up for you, my fancy video pencil. Hopefully I'm in the screen here, and we'll try and keep it there. Okay, so here's the first thing. The first thing was that they knew the target that they were actually going after. They had an idea of the title and the topic of the course. So they had that. They knew that part. I'm going to make this a little finer now. So they knew the target, the avatar, or who the customer was that they were going to do. They knew the title. They knew kind of the format that they wanted to do. So I'm assuming that is stuff that that you have done, that you're ready to do. So from there, what we did is we used a couple tools, and I'm going to show them to you. The first one is we did use Claude.ai to actually create the syllabus and the content, and I'm going to show it live to you. The other thing that we used here, and we could have used, was Notebook LM from Google, and we could have done the same thing with ChatGPT. And we did use, at the end, we did some graphics with napkin.ai. So those are kind of the pieces that we used and or didn't use, and I'm going to show those to you. But the important one for today was this one and this one. You could do the same thing with those other two in the middle, but I think it was probably easier to do it this way when we were working on it today. So here's the course. The course idea that they had here was it was for middle and senior executives or managers who are trying to get new jobs or new careers in the hidden job market. So that was kind of the title or the place we were going from. And the first thing that we needed to do is kind of brainstorm all of the ideas that are in around that particular topic and the outcome that we wanted to provide for people. So this is basically what we did, is we started using some of the prompts that I have, and these ones, again, these ones work with YouTube as well. It's not just lessons, but this is one that we used, and it was the brainstorming and talking points. So we're thinking about the course. What are we going to do, or how are we going to flesh this out? What are the key pieces of it? And we wanted to have this before we actually gave it to get a syllabus created, and more importantly, starting to create the lesson. So this is the actual prompt that I used. And because this example here is more for YouTube, what we did is we removed any of the SEO friendly kind of references in here. So these are ones that's like create a practical ideas for an online course about getting a job in the hidden job market, as an example, covering various aspects of, and then we just fine-tuned it a little bit using the ideas or the purpose and the people we are talking about or wanting to take the course, and the benefits that they wanted to have. We also asked for some examples or case studies, so it was in context that they would understand. We were looking for some talking points and common misconceptions and tips for them, and maybe an analogy that they could use. We didn't use the SEO integration. So what I did is I took this actual prompt to start off with, and we went into Claude. And again, I'm on the Claude screen right here. One of the things, again, to remember about this is really, really cool, is that when we're working with Claude, we can use projects. And the project is great for courses because it allows you to keep all together numerous chats and also reference materials that we wanted to make sure were used or added context to any of the prompts that we made. So I created a project, and it was the Hidden Jobs course. And the one thing that I did is I opened up this project, but I had asked him, I said, do you have any documents that you've written, any research that you've done, any blog posts from competitors or other people that you agree with or align with what you're trying to do? And what we did is we just added content in the project and we uploaded a number of documents. So that's kind of the background that we gave it. And then the thing we wanted to do was we wanted to take a look at it and say, okay, what are some of the roadblocks that are faced, so we knew kind of the problems that people had. And we'd done that chat a little bit ago, but the one we just did 28 minutes ago was the actual course created. So what I did here is I took that prompt that I showed you earlier, and all I did is I said, I'm creating an online course titled How to Get a Job from the Hidden Job Market, that one there. And I asked, the response I asked for was, I need you to create a list of practical ideas and talking points that should be considered for the course. Cover various aspects of the hidden job market, ensuring that the content relates to applicants who are middle and senior management that use the ATS software tracking system. So again, these are industry terms that relate specifically to applying with resumes and applications and actually looking for new jobs. All I did is I continued to use the prompts, and I removed the one that had SEO, and I changed and put any reference in that was specific to the course that I was looking at, the topic and the title. And this is what it created for me. So remember that there's these artifacts that get generated. I have a paid version of Claude that we were doing. And again, this can all be done on ChatGPT as well. And in fact, we could have done something similar on Notebook LM. This version was just done in Claude. So here's a detailed outline for the course, How to Get a Job from the Hidden Job Market. So I asked for some brainstorming and tips, and it actually generated, and it created an online course. I told it was giving. And this just asked for a list of practical ideas, and these are the things that it came up with. So detailed outline, and the part that I kind of like with Claude is because it is an engaging conversational kind of responses that I get, but it came up with an interesting career detective approach and some statistics about the job market. Now, why is this interesting? Is because the instructor of this course used to be a career detective. So some of the language that had been used in the documents that we uploaded had referenced that, and again, it's put it in. So we got this detective analogy. Helps frame the entire job search as an engaging and memorable way, making concepts more relatable and easier to understand. And then it gave some points on, hey, you might want to help yourself by adding these additional pieces to your courses, because I said I was creating a course. So put this here. Let's take a look what that artifact generated for us. It actually gave us a course outline or a syllabus from that specific prompt. And when we went over it, it was how to get a job, job from the hidden job market, gave us a quick description of the course, the objectives of the course, and then here's the actual syllabus or the talking points for each of the lessons. Now, the thing that's interesting here is this is meant to be a mini course, anywhere from 7 to 10 lessons. I was looking or suggesting anywhere from 45 to, maybe 70 minutes, 80 minutes in length. Something that's quick for senior executives, that's actionable, that's something that talks to them in their language about the things that they can do readily and easily to get into this hidden job market. So we went over these and he was quite happy with the ones that came up. Of course, we could have clarified it, but just for argument's sake, we'll keep with these ones. And came up with 8 modules and also some talking points to kind of focus on through these. It also came up with misconceptions and some tips as well. And then it's the hidden job market detective agency. So it's got a really, really good background and syllabus for us right to start from here. And this is more than enough to get started with your mini course. So if you're creating a mini course or you're creating your first course, maybe you're worried about it, there's a simple example with a simple prompt. If you have an idea for something, you can do that easily and quickly, just starting with some idea for a title, some idea with an outcome, and using that prompt as an example. Now, also, obviously you could go and clarify this and add your flavor to it just by talking to Claude. But for this example, I'm just showing you what we came up with. So that's great. We were kind of happy with that. And then what we needed to do next is we had to go, okay, great. I have my course outline and I have all these talking points that it generated. But the first one is module 1 here is Introduction to the Hidden Job Market. And there's 4 key kind of talking points for that first lesson that's available there. And I'm going to show you a quick reminder here that when you're using Claude, if, for example, I didn't like this one piece, notice what happens when you highlight content in Claude. We get a little bubble that comes up where we can improve the section that's there, or more importantly, expand it or explain how it fits in or what's important about it. So that's kind of a key, cool feature with Claude that I really like, again, to clarify stuff and make sure that you're in sync with your expertise and what you know and what gets generated from the AI tools like Claude. So there's a quick example. We've got that done. We've got the 4 talking points. What do we need to do next? Well, here's what we need to do next is, I said, write a detailed video script. And where did that come from? Here's the next prompt that we had. There's our video titles. There's a couple other prompts I have here. This is the one that I had, was generate the video script prompts. So I had it right here. I'm going, okay, great. There's the prompt. And the prompt is pretty straightforward. I removed all of the pieces about SEO again, but you'll notice what's in the middle here. Talking point 1, talking point 2, talking point 3. What did we just have from the syllabus that was here? Talking point 1, talking point 2, talking point 3, and talking point 4. So all that I did is I used the script and I fine-tuned it a bit specific to this particular course. I put the part about hidden job market in. So that is the topic and the title and the lesson. So a detailed video script for lesson 1. And that's what it was about. Okay, so, and I just made sure the script should include the following sections designed for the middle to senior executives. So I was making sure it was to the right people, and practical and useful approach to uncovering the maximum number of hidden opportunities within their skill set. So I fine-tuned it a little bit to make sure it's in context. But the templated prompt that we have, it actually uses that, and it's got some little blocks that we can go and update it. So that's what I used. And I said, make sure the first sentence is highly descriptive, challenging, and clearly conveys the benefit the viewer will gain from completing the course and implementing the strategy taught. Okay, so all I did is I took the talking points, and they were right here, definition and scope of hidden job market. All I did is talking point 1, I just replaced it. Exact same thing. And all I did is, continue to clean this up a little bit, make sure it refers to the market that I have and the outcome that I want them to have. And all that it did was, here's a detailed video script for lesson 1. So we now have, in this case, we now have a direct video script that he can use to go and create the videos live using the Elgato teleprompter that he has to read from the script if he wants in his little home office / studio. With his expertise, he now has an actual video script to follow. And the video script that he got generated was pretty cool. When you take a look at it, let me just open this one here. If you take a look at it, the video script is here. The title of the course is there that we were working on. Camera opens on a professional looking presenter in a well-lit office setting. So the script actually gives us some background about all of this, right? And then it's imagine having access to 80% of the job market that most of your peers can't even see. Remember, I asked it in that prompt, I said, hey, give us something that's challenging right off in that first sentence. And it's got a place for your name and welcome to get to the course. Okay, and then we've got an introduction and then right to the main content. Talking point number 1. This is the one that I got from the previous response, and all it's done is it's included what is needed here. Now, here's the real cool part. You'll notice in the script, it has insert graphic showing visible versus hidden job market. In any of these talking points, there is an opportunity to create a graphic. Now, the other thing that I've done considerable number of videos on is using video scripts and showing you how to use other tools like napkin.ai and mylens.ai to actually create a graphic that will go with the course or this particular lesson. So of course what I did is I went to talking point, definition and scope of the hidden job market, which is right here. Talking point, definition, scope. All I did is I copied this because I needed a graphic showing visible and hidden job market. So I just copied this text, I brought it over to napkin.ai and pasted it. And what happens? All I did is I took the information and I wanted to generate a visual, and it gave me visuals that are specific to the text. And there's a number of them there that get generated automatically by Napkin, which are really, really cool. And the one that we settled on, of course, was a version of the scale, which is this one here. Okay, so we'll do that one, just open it up, and we'll do, let's do a little bit, we'll do 2 versions of it. Let's do this one. See which one I picked. Yeah, they're kind of the same, but the idea here is that I now have a graphic that can be pasted directly into the lesson of the course of my website or the tool that I'm using to deliver the course. And this image or graphic didn't require me to go to Canva, didn't require me to go through a whole bunch of stock photos or footage and try and find something that fits. This is specific to the text and available immediately to use because all I need to do here is download it as a PNG, and I can download it directly and make it available in my course lessons. So let's go take a look where we're at right now. We have this content, we've got the talking points that we use directly, and then at the end of it, we've got some practical tips that were generated, not requested, but they are available to us. Audit your LinkedIn profile, set up a Google Alerts for companies you're interested in. So practical tips, and then even some audience interaction. So if there's comment, if you have a discussion board or kind of thing, absolutely jammed in there. Then we've got a conclusion or a wrap up. And of course the outro is available there. And it's even got some, some video editing things. If it is going to an editor, or if you're not doing it live like I am right now, it gives you some prompts as to what to do while you're actually recording the video. So we looked at that and was going, okay, that's kind of cool. 2 versions there. What do we need to do next? So we have a first lesson. We have our video script that's there. What has to happen next? Well, one of the things that I wanted to do is, on this one, I wanted to say, you know what? Let me just do an updated one. I wanted to check and see how long it was going to be, right? Because I had the idea that it was going to be anywhere from, 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. So I wanted to make sure it kind of fit in. So what I did is I asked it to estimate the length of this video or tutorial lesson in the whole course. And it figured out we're looking at 9 to 10 minutes, which is absolutely perfect for what we're trying to do here. So that was cool. And at the end of this, I said, you know what? We probably need a little bit more here. Wouldn't it be good if we had some specific action items that can be applied? These are senior executives. These are people are busy. They want to know exactly what they need to do from a short how-to lesson or something that's straightforward and applicable to them. So these are the actual items that it came up with, action items for them to do. And the way that I framed it, I said 4 specific action items learners should complete before taking the next lesson. So he wanted to give them something to do and not just, click through to the next one. So it generated these and we added it to the video script. So it was a finished video script and it included, that's the one that we're seeing, it included all of these action items that were there. So video script's there. We know how long it's going to be. What's next? Well, remember, it's an online course. One of the things that's available to you as an online course creator is that you can quiz the people who have just taken the lesson. You don't have to quiz everyone right away. You could quiz them at the end of the course. You can quiz, one lesson, all of the lessons, intermittent lessons, up to you. But he wanted to make sure that people were following along and learning the steps. So what we did is we said, I want to challenge the student with 10 questions in a quiz. Include yes, no, or true, false questions along with single and multiple choice questions. And I also said, include an explanation of each correct answer. Now, in many of these LMSs or learning management software, they have the ability to do quizzes. There's more than the types that I gave here, which are 3 types, true, false, yes, no, single choice, multiple choice. You can have fill in the blank, you can have assignments. There's a whole bunch of different ones that are available, but I wanted to do it simple ones that are easy to implement. So I just asked for those 3. And what it did is it actually Claude created all of the questions and answers and then explanations of the actual answer and why it is. So we've now got all of our content for lesson 1 and it's completely ready to go. So pretty simple stuff. All we did is we said, hey Claude, create the talking points and a big overview of the course that includes all of the outcomes, the things that we need to have happen, and give me the actual syllabus and stuff I should be talking about. As soon as we had that, we took the first lesson and the talking points and we said, hey, give me a detailed course or lesson, on or around these 4 talking points. And I want you to include action items and I also want to include a quiz. We did this for lesson 1. This process, once we got doing, maybe this first lesson took us anywhere from 20 minutes to 25 minutes. With these 2 prompts and a couple clarification ones. Now, I'm not saying just, take it and copy it, but we've got a point here where we've got the video script, we've got images, and we've got our actual syllabus. All you need to do from this part is if you are going to create online courses and you want to do something that's a mini course and straight to the point based on your information, is you're going to collect your research. You're going to upload it to Claude in this case, and you're going to use the 2 prompts that I gave you to create the outline and create lesson 1 and any graphics if required and the quiz. Once that's done, you can do it for lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. And then the only part after that is making sure you get your course uploaded to your training site. Now, if any of this is of interest to you, you want us or you want me to do this with you specifically, if you do go to the link below, trainingsites.io/AI course, I will actually work one-on-one with you like I was doing with him and do this exact same thing with you so that you can have a course quickly based on your information with your clarifications and your authentic spin on it, and be able to have it ready to be able to go sell and or use in your business, your education business. So if anything's in like this is something interesting, make sure to give me a visit there. I'd love to help you. Otherwise, like and subscribe to the channel And stay tuned, because in the next videos, I'm going to show you how some additional ways to use Notebook LM, Google's new AI tool, to do the same thing, but in even more detail when it comes to using your own content. My name is James Maduke. It's trainingsites.io. I'm here to help you start, build, and grow your education business. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back maybe tomorrow or tonight with another online video. Take care and expect the best.